Hey guys, welcome back. And we are going to be doing our second episode of Book Talk where we just talk all things books.
Pretty much.
Join us. All right, so there's just been some things that we've had come up for us throughout this quarter
Mhm.
or since the last time we did. I don't remember when we did the last episode of Book Talk. So we're just going to go over it.
Mhm.
And let's start off by saying we have an author that neither one of us has read, but this author has been on our radar for quite some time.
Yeah.
And anytime that there's a one of his book releases or anything, it's all over TikTok, it's
Yep.
all over Instagram, our Facebook groups. So we just want to do an author spotlight for S.A. Cosby.
Yes.
Sir, we your
Yeah.
splash is big.
Yeah. Huge. It's
Yeah.
huge. So, like, Razor Blade Tears is the first one that I heard about from S.A. Cosby. That's been all over the place. That is actually available on Kindle Unlimited if you want to get it. But he writes thriller, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thrillers. So, just to give you a backdrop, it says a black father, a white father, two murdered sons, a quest for vengeance. Ike Randolph has been out of jail for 15 years with not so much as a speeding ticket in all that time, but a black man with cops at the door knows to be afraid. The last thing he expects to hear is that his son Isaiah has been murdered, along with Isaiah's white husband Derek. Ike has never fully accepted his son, but is devastated by his loss. Derek's father, Buddy Lee, was almost as ashamed of Derek for being gay as Derek was ashamed of his father's criminal record. Buddy Lee still has contacts in the underworld, though, and he wants to know who killed his boy. Ike and Buddy Lee, two ex cons with little else in common other than a criminal past and a love for their dead sons, band together in their desperate desire for revenge. In their quest to do better for their sons in death than they did in life, hardened men Ike and Buddy Lee will confront their own prejudices about their sons and each other as they rain down vengeance upon those who hurt their boys. That sounds good as hell.
Yes, it does. Yes, it
I
does.
have this currently on my Kindle Unlimited. I want to read it. I'm like he just released another one. I have the book. King of Ashes. I just got that in my book of the month. I think Liz ordered that also.
I did.
He's all over the place. So, author spotlight, S.A. Cosby. If that's your thing, he might be for you. Give it a shot if you want.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he has quite a few books
Yeah.
and they're all thriller.
Hmm.
I've seen some great reviews. The one that I heard about first was My Darkest Prayer.
Mm.
Yeah, it does not show that it is on Kindle Unlimited. I don't know if it's just that I'm not signed in on this device. But this one it's his debut novel.
Okay.
So, whether it's working at his cousin's funeral home or tossing around the local riffraff at his favorite bar, Nathan Waymaker is a man who knows how to handle the bodies. A former Marine and sheriff's deputy, Nathan has built a reputation in his small southern town as a man who can help when all other avenues have been exhausted. When a beloved local minister is found dead, his parishioners ask Nathan to make sure the death isn't swept under the rug. What starts out as an easy payday soon descends into a maze of mayhem filled with wannabe gangsters, vicious crime lords, porn stars, crooked police officers, and a particularly treacherous preacher and his mysterious wife. Nathan must use all his varied skills and some of his wit to navigate the murky waters of small town corruption, even as dark secrets of his own threaten to come to the surface. So
That sounds
that's the book
really
I
good.
have on my TBR from him.
I looked it up. It's not available on Kindle Unlimited, by the way.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. But yeah,
That is the author spotlight for now.
have you guys read any of his books? Let us know. I know that a lot of people have. He's all over because of his new book that he just came
Yeah.
out. And he's everywhere and they're saying it's great.
Yeah, I literally posted it the other day in my story. Somebody was raving about King of Ashes. I was like, I just got the book. You read the book already? So yeah, if you guys want to check them out. Next topic that we would like to go into, because Liz and I, we're both married and we love our husbands.
Dearly.
However, comma,
However,
comma, there are things that my
Mhm.
book boyfriends would never do that my husband don't give a shit about.
And vice versa. Things that they wouldn't do that our husbands just
Right.
freely just do.
So let's start with the fake boyfriends and how they're better. My fake boyfriend would never, ever leave his shoe in the middle of the hallway for me to trip over and die.
Ever.
I'm old. My bones are brittle. What's the problem?
Mm-hmm.
You know what else he'd do? He'd put the clothes in a hamper.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And if they're magical boyfriends, that shit is washed, folded, and put away.
Come on, God. Come on. See, they don't be caring.
At all. At all. I'm hungry. Oh, here you go. A full grazing spread for you.
You know what I'm saying? Risa Ann almost died when he got his little Campbell's soup from Farrah. She didn't even make the soup that we make.
What else is there?
And then when I think about the stuff that the husbands do that the book, I've never read a book where a man in the book world puts up stuff. Like I can tell my husband to put up the curtains.
Yeah.
I don't read that in books. I just read that he's really rich.
Yep. And they just pay someone to do it, or it's already done when we move in.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I like seeing my man do stuff. I'm like, ooh, yes, right.
Yes.
Curtain rod, daddy.
Yes, because let me tell you something. When me and JR, let me tell you something. When me and JR first started hanging out again, when we found each other after years of being apart, anyway, there was an incident in where I was living. My kitchen cabinets fell because the landlord's people I didn't know this then, but you have to drill that stuff into a stud for it to be secure. You can't just drill cabinets wherever you want on the wall.
I know the terminology, but ask me if I understand what that means.
Yeah, it's just basically this big piece of wood. I don't know. I don't know. I can't think of the word. My husband's probably going to be like, I do construction and you don't a 2x4. I don't know. It's like a wood slate, like whatever.
Yeah.
It's attached to the house, to the foundation. So it's not going anywhere, I think. So you have to attach it to that. Well, the landlord's people didn't do it right. So my friend is like, oh, JR can fix it. And when he came home, when I tell you, I was watching this man drill those cabinets the way they were supposed to be drilled. I was like, his arms look so nice.
Telling you, girl.
He has really nice arms.
Right? The muscles just stretch across the back.
Yes. And then, the tools, they just kind of like accentuate the muscle. Yes. See, that's that. You know what? In all honesty, these book boyfriends, these book guys, they're all great, but I wouldn't trade my husband for any of them. Love you, babe.
I ain't gonna hold you, baby. I love you so much. But if Dorian walked through this door,
did you know?
I'm done.
Did you know Sarah J. Maas's son is named Dorian?
Ugh, now I gotta throw it up.
No, like maybe she. Godly. You just slip your dramatics in sometimes. Like, I'm not expecting it. I honestly thought you'd be like, that's because he's the bomb, of course. No,
I don't want to read about your child. Ugh.
No, I think the child was born after she wrote the book.
I understand, but it's still your child.
But maybe that was her favorite character.
Mm. So you have a favorite child?
And Resand is written after her husband.
Yes, I did know that.
I didn't.
I did know that.
Great.
I was like, that sounds like a fantastic husband, a smart ass that'll put you in danger so that he can get what he wants.
You know, I just want you to
What
go
if
in the
this man
house.
like, hey, I'm gonna use you as bait and not tell you that I'm gonna use you as
You
bait?
want to live?
Also, I need you to crawl into this house and steal a ring. You might die, but if you get it, it's your wedding ring.
I mean, 90% chance of you dying because nobody ever really gets out of there. But yeah.
Yeah. That sounds like a great husband, if you ask me.
Look at her sand.
Oh my God.
What about some Icks? Have you gotten any new Icks reading the books that you've been reading lately?
So I was reading this book. Here's my ick. I guess it's not ick. I don't know. Anyway, these romance books that are really eroticas, I went in thinking it was a romance. And he is fingering her. Okay? I just want to set the scene. He's fingering her. And then in the book, she says, there's a small bead of sweat across his brow. You have done nothing. You are, as a matter of fact, you in the AC. There is no exertion.
Does she mention that there's AC?
Yes, because they're in their work office, like on like the 17th floor.
Maybe it's his nerves, like getting caught. He's like nervous.
I don't care. If you get sweaty, I can't be with you. If you have clammy hands, I can't be with you. I'm so sorry. But if you have beads of sweat across your brow after fingering me, what does that mean when we have sex? Oh my God, I would die.
Tsunami.
I think I was like, ugh. I was so.
You need to have like an industrial fan.
Like, why are you sweating? You haven't done anything. I don't know. I just found that to be, that was an ick for me. Maybe
I'm just gonna reiterate, I really don't like when I'm enjoying a book and you breeze through the first book and then you get the second book and every other scene is smut. Like, I get it. Some people want to read that, but I hate when it's a good storyline and it's
you lost the plot.
Yeah, like I could give two flying fadoodles that these fuckers can't keep it together anytime they see each other and can't get shit done without hunching.
And then they'll be like, I love you. What do you mean you've never had a conversation?
We've never been through any trials or tribulation for you to know if you're going to love me at my ugliest.
Child.
Anyway, that bothers me.
Yeah.
Because I will tear up some Greek mythology. Tear it up.
Yeah.
I got into this series, the first book. Oh my God. The second book.
That sounds like Scarlett St. Clair.
It is. The third book, it's just freaking written porn. That's all it is. But, you know.
And again, you guys, if you like that, that's totally fine. It's just, if there's an actual plot and the plot is interesting, please don't lose the plot just to have them hunching all over the place.
No, some people like that. And I'm all for it. If you enjoy those type of books, like, I'm for it. Because a reader is a reader regardless.
Let it be an erotica. But if you had an actual plot and this is what you brought me in on, and then you just switch up and what just happened? How did we get here?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like false advertisement.
Yeah.
Expect to get an adventure. That's another ick. False advertisement. I think that really ruins a book because you go in with the expectation that it's like, for instance, Butcher and Blackbird. Oh, well, yeah. If you go in knowing it's a comedy, a dark romance comedy.
Because when you told me it was a dark romance comedy, I can accept the book more. If I had gone in thinking like what everyone else was talking about, like it's a romance, I would have been like, what is this? This would have been a 2-star. But Liz set proper expectations so that I could go into the book and be like, oh, okay, I get it. And I can laugh about it.
Yes, when you hear the little orzo rices are crawling towards them, you're not like, what the hell are they talking about? You're
Yeah,
laughing because you're looking at it from a
yeah,
comedic point of view.
yeah.
Gosh.
Or like
Anyway,
when books are advertised as Katniss Everdeen for adults.
no, yeah.
Lies.
Silver Elite. I'm actually listening to it right now. Colette read it and was kind of meh about it.
Yeah,
Her sister read it.
loved it.
5 star, her 5 stars for her.
Hmm.
I'm at sitting at a 3.74, but I am enjoying it. But again, I went in with what Colette told me. This is not Katniss Everdeen, which it isn't at
Yeah,
all.
it would be more divergent than anything.
Yes, because they're in a it's like all these books got put together. This is, I
Pretty
just
much.
feel like it's a smorgasbord of all these books,
Hmm.
this, these dystopian books that she just, whoever this person is, because they're saying it's an alias and it's probably Sarah J. Mass and all this other shenanigans. I don't know. I could give two flying for doodles.
Yeah.
Um, but it is nowhere. I don't think there's anything Hunger Games.
Yeah, there's nothing Hunger Games about it. It is more divergent. And that's not to say Divergent is a bad series because I
Oh
enjoyed
no, it's
the
amazing.
movies.
Garbage.
Yeah. The
Garbage.
books, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, I need to go add that to my list and buy those because I need that series. That was a
My
fantastic.
dog's is snoring over here, so if you hear that, that's what it is. It's
But yeah, so that's what Silver Elite made me so upset because I'm just like, why would you say Katniss Everdeen? That's
no, not
just
at all.
rude.
Not at all. I'm like trying to think what could be Katniss Everdeen.
Nothing. It was to me it was heavily influenced by Divergent. Divergent was like the primary series, and then you have other things that you can recognize from other series.
Mm-hmm.
But Divergent was like the primary series, and then
Yeah.
I felt like they also were saying that it was a dystopian romance, and I was like, no, this is a romance, okay, with a dystopian aesthetic.
I just feel like it's a fantasy romance kind of thing
Mm.
because it's, I don't think, maybe I haven't gotten to a part where it's super dystopian to me.
That's what I'm saying. It's a
I
dystopian
just,
aesthetic. Like it's in a backdrop.
I
It's
think it's the beginning of dystopia for this series. Like,
yeah,
definitely not Katniss. Nowhere
yeah,
near it. And I'm enjoying the book.
yeah.
I'm enjoying it. I think it's funny.
Yeah, we're gonna come out with a whole review of the book later on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, marketing. I think books should be properly
Yes,
marketed.
that is an ick. Marketing, please stop, stop. Don't sell me a dream. I'm gonna read the book, but
Also,
tell me what the book is about. Be honest about that.
another ick. Don't be fooling us with your book covers.
I just had this experience.
Some of us buy off of book covers.
Mhm.
So when we get a pretty, flowy, flowery book cover, we do not expect
Electricity.
the wire behind the cover, okay?
So I just read.
Warn us with a bullet or something. I mean,
I just read. Hear my heart. Screen is on the screen is on the cover. Cover is on the screen. Yo, do you see how cute this cover is? Look at it. Enjoy it.
gorgeous.
It's beautiful. And then I read the book. I said, lady, you lied to me. Okay? Because this is drama. It's messy. This is not what I expected at all.
It looks like something from like
It looked like a cute little fall romance. Yeah. I was like, no. And that's what gave it. I didn't even give it a low score, but it definitely dropped the score because I was not prepared. And that also hinders your to me, your star rating. Because if I go into it expecting one thing,
yes.
and then I get something else, I'm like, no.
Unless it's like a knockout like book
Right.
that you just couldn't put it down, but most of the
Like My
time,
Dark Romeo. That was a pleasant surprise.
yeah, I had to read it after she told me about it.
It was a pleasant surprise. It was one of the funniest books I've read. So, mhm.
Yeah.
Those are some
And
icks.
so we just wanted to go over a few new releases. We have three new releases that are coming
Mhm.
out that have caught our attention. Um, in the following videos, we might have more, but right
Right.
now, so July, we're going to go in order of them being released. July 1st,
Mhm.
2025. We have The Best Man by Malcolm D. Lee. Let us know about this book right here.
So, if you've never seen the movie, it's actually a three movies. Nope, I lied. Two movies
And a
and then a
show.
series.
Mhm.
Starring Tay Diggs, Morris Chestnut, Regina Hall, King Hall, Regina Hall. It has a really good Nia Long. It has a really good cast. So it's about the best man. The best man is best friends with this guy, and they're getting married. And he finds out that once upon a time, his dog, his Ace Boon Coon, his ride or die, his partner, slipped up in his girlfriend. A little nasty. That man is not to be trusted. Okay, I don't care for Harper. Harper, a little dog. Just so I can get that out there. Anyway, so it follows the friendship, this friend group that they have, and their lives and all of that. And then the series was supposed to complete that. Well, Malcolm D. Lee, who is the writer, if I'm not mistaken, as well as the director, he is actually releasing a book called The Best Man Unfinished Business, and this is actually following after the completion of the series. So if you haven't watched the series, which is on Peacock, you're not going to understand the book.
He
But
is
yeah,
the director.
he's the director, yeah. And he wrote this. I believe this is supposed to actually be a trilogy, but at Black Romance Book Festival that we went to, the content creators actually got an arc of the book. I thought that was pretty cool. But I personally would like to read it. It's almost
Me
500
too.
pages.
Say that again.
Almost 500 pages. But I'd like to read it. So this one is going to follow Harper, Jordan, and Robin. Robin is Harper's ex-wife. Jordan is the woman that got away, basically, for Harper. And it just follows them. I'm pretty sure the friends will be in there as well, but it's those three characters are, I think, the focal point of this book. But yeah, that's one of the new releases, July 1st, like Liz said.
We actually have two because one of them is just a special edition. So, our second book and last book is Bones at the Crossroads by Ladarian Williams. That okay. That's coming out July 29th, 2025.
Mhm.
Do you know what that one's about, Colette?
Blood at the Root, you guys. Loved it. I gave that book 5 stars. Did it make my top 10 last year? It did not. It's fine. So, but Bones at the Crossroads, this is just the follow up to Blood at the Root, which is essentially what if Harry Potter was black and went to a HBCU? That is the premise of the book. It was fantastic. And then it follows him in his journey, and the ending was like, fight somebody. So I'm excited to see where he's going to go with that. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool. I think you need to go into it with the understanding of not so much the understanding, but the knowledge of other magical practices, because they talk about Christianity, but they also talk about hoodoo, voodoo, shamans, all of like the other what y'all call it, Santeria.
Santeria,
Yeah,
voodoo
they talk about
rappers.
all of
Yeah.
that, like all of the things that come from their other cultures that are frowned upon or talked about as demonic. outside of Christianity. So it addresses all of that as well. I thought it was pretty cool. I liked it a lot.
Good. That sounds really good. I remember when you first got the book and it
I was so
arrived, you
excited.
were so excited about it.
Yeah.
And you couldn't stop talking about it. And it sounded really good, especially the way you explained it. So yeah, guys, those are our July new releases
Hmm.
that caught our attention.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I think that wraps it up for our second book talk. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yes.
Please remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on all socials, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Hmm.
And we will see you guys next time.